Chelsea vs Wolves live, Premier League result and reaction as hosts win after Cucurella and Madueke goals. Chelsea 3-1 Wolves. Enzo Maresca secured their first league win in over a month. Chelsea moved back into the Premier League top four with a fine, and much needed, 3-1 win over Wolves at Stamford Bridge. Goals from Tosin Adarabioyo, Marc Cucurella and Noni Madueke were enough to give the Blues their first league win in 6 games and propel them back into the title race. They are 10 points behind Liverpool, but Enzo Maresca's men have ended their dip in form. It seemed likely from the start as Chelsea pushed Wolves deep, creating chances from space on the wings and taking advantage of Vitor Pereira's side's weakness at defending set pieces. Tosin's opener came from a corner and a fortuitous, deflected strike from Reece James, with the Chelsea defender keeping himself onside to poke home. There was a scare just before halftime as Matt Doherty drew Wolves level, but a 5-minute flurry in the second half saw Marc Cucurella and Noni Madueke turn the ball in to give Chelsea a comfortable win. Chelsea vs Wolves live. Chelsea defeat Wolves in the Premier League and move into top 4. 65 goal. Madueke adds a third, Che 3-1 WL. 60 goal. Cucurella arrives at the right time to put Chelsea back in front, Che 2-1 WL. 45 plus 5 goal. Doherty pokes home after Sanchez fumble, Che 1-1 WL. 24 goal. Tosin scores first Premier League goal as Chelsea go ahead, Che 1-0 WL. 17 save. Jose Sa denies Cole Palmer with strong left hand, Che 0-0 WL. Chelsea surprise signing Trevoh Chalobah offers versatility to regain momentum with Wolves win. It was like he had never left Chelsea. Trevoh Chalobah, a familiar face around this corner of London, was summoned on a chilly night at Stamford Bridge for a team craving 3 points. Enzo Maresca has been desperately searching for a performance, but most importantly a result, after 5 Premier League games without a win. And after tumbling down to 6th, and now poised to play the re-energized Manchester City on Saturday, Chelsea gathered vital momentum after an unspectacular 3-1 victory over Wolves. It was Chalobah's influence that was dearly felt by the hosts across the pitch, re-establishing their once radiant top 4 challenge that briefly threatened to flourish into a title tilt. Vitor Pereira admonishes Matheus Cunha for behavior after Chelsea defeat. Wolves manager Vitor Pereira says Matheus Cunha needs to get his mind right after the striker stormed down the tunnel at Stamford Bridge instead of acknowledging the travelling supporters. The visitors lost Monday night's Premier League encounter 3-1 after goals from Tosin Adarabioyo, Marc Cucurella and Noni Madueke were enough to send Chelsea FC back into the top 4 and leave Wolves at risk of dropping into the bottom 3. Vitor Pereira admonishes Matheus Cunha for behavior after Chelsea defeat. The forward stormed down the tunnel after the final whistle, ignoring Wolves' travelling supporters. Vitor Pereira on Matheus Cunha. Matheus Cunha was a frustrated character at the end of the game, storming down the tunnel and no acknowledging the away fans. Wolves boss Vitor Pereira said, "This is something that cannot happen again. The frustration is the frustration. I understand everything. We need to be together. And together we can fix the problems and stay in the play. If we start to complain about this and that, with this it won't work." He's committed to Wolves, but when you start to listen to the other clubs, I think he's human. The players start to be a little bit. It's normal in football. He needs to put the mind in the target to increase his level. He comes from injury, it's normal he's not in the same level. To help the team with his quality, he has a lot. The team needs him with good energy, not with frustration. He must slow down and put the mind in the right way. Matt Doherty on progress under Vitor Pereira. When he came in we got ourselves a few good results, got into the next round of the cup as well. But we've got a run of fixtures now. We were
to winning ways after beating Wolves, and they needed this, I think, for Chelsea's season, because the last couple of games have not gone their way at all. And it, obviously just getting a win, just getting that feeling back in the winning spirit, can get them back into that top 4 fight, which I think they've been doing, because overall Chelsea has been really amazing this season. Maresca and the players have shown some really amazing this season, but they did go on a bit of a blip, which let a couple of teams catch up to them in this top 4, and it's very tight between this top 4 teams. There's a lot of teams that will be aiming for that top spot, but you have to talk about, of course, Cucurella at the point getting the winning goal at that moment of time. He's been absolutely incredible this season. You have to give so much credit to him. Arguably the best left back in the Premier League this season. They are about so consistent for Chelsea, time and time again, week in, week out. I think he's been one of the best in his position, and I think he's finally started to get the credit and applaud that he deserves. Since scoring his first goal as well, incredible. But you have to talk about the negatives, and that is Sanchez. This guy literally, and figuratively, is handing teams a chance to get into games. And he's just not good enough as a goalkeeper. I think every Chelsea fan knows that. You've got to be surprised why Marescas is still playing it. But on the other side, not a man Madueke, of course, scores against Wolves because this guy hates Wolves more than anything in the world. But overall, for what this does for Chelsea is absolutely amazing. I think it just getting back in that winning flow when you kept going on a bit of a not winning, not losing necessarily, but it wasn't a getting 3-point streak. It can carry on, and now I think getting back in that winning feeling could revitalise them season and overall and what they can do for them. What do you make of this win? Let me know down in the comments.